Is it time for Gary Lamm? Gary, how are you?
Hey, the Niners lost the Super Bowl, and between you and Tanjan, it was very cathartic for me. So you gave me some healing. Um, but before I get into the off season, which is again already full of drama, one day it's going to catch up with us. But Tanjan brought up a good point. I noticed that the Chiefs respected Purdy by putting a spy on him, and I was dying for the Niners to spot with Greenlaw. Like, imagine Greenlaw in your case all day, you're going to make a mistake, right? And I think the reason why I didn't run because they respected him, and Purdy's quick, but he's not as quick as a Gay, the linebacker. So it's, that was the difference, okay? But off season, how much drama can we withstand? We got to handle this DC thing quickly. We got to get Ayuk signed, and we got to get an impact player in the draft. We should have learned with Bosa. Maybe Bosa not being in camp cost Steve Wilks' job, and whoever the DC is going to be. I like Olbrich. I like Jeff Olbrich. I like that name. Because why would his name be out there if he wasn't available, right? But getting Belichick, hell yeah, hey. When the Lakers brought in Phil Jackson, did they care he had so many titles with the Bulls? No. Our goal is a Super Bowl. We can't have Pragmarate.
Johnny True says Gary's got a shiner. Gary, what do you
nothing?
Can you,
no good story.
It's
allergies.
All right.
All right. So
Gary, I have another question.
Yes, bring it on.
Do you have like a cage full of birds in your room?
Okay. You know what? So I'm a therapist, so I always have like ambient music or what it sounds, so I can just chill. So I'm like, sometimes believe it or not, I can get a little hype, right? So I'm trying to stay chill, right?
The birds are bringing you down.
They're just
mellowing
trying to stay
you out. Yeah.
I'm trying to stay mellow, and I'm trying to just hit the one in the middle. I don't want to be too down on the Niners, and I want to be too hyped. Like you were in like Tony Montana, Gary Radnish mode, Larry, and I love it. And it was who called out Chase Young? Who called out Shanahan about the culture? Who said Trey Lance was getting traded? You. That's who, Larry. Right?
There you go.
But the thing is, last year
it wasn't my finest moment, but sometimes I just gotta let it go.
But Larry, our goal is a Super Bowl. The 49ers have a hell of a formula. It's working. No one's going to jail. We have a consistent system that gets us where we need to be, right? We need consistency. That's why everyone in Kyle Shanahan's team, they always play hard. Someone comes in and they don't the Chase Youngs don't play as hard, right? The Jimmy Garoppolos just don't go as hard for the team. So yeah, there's something great about this culture, something great about the 49ers. It's all good, right? But this culture that I don't like is, okay, Parag Maratha, you're probably doing something good. The reason why we're keeping all these guys, we're making, we're paying everybody whatever. But you squeeze a quarter to the Eagle screams, and just like we already learned from Bosa, there was just something wasn't right. We're lucky with all the drama going in to last season, with all the Trey Lance stuff. Is he trading? Is he going to go? Thank God Brock Purdy, didn't miss a day at training camp, but he missed all the offseason. With this offseason, we don't need this. We need to get Brandon Ayuk signed by training camp. He's really the only receiver that really gets open. Who knows that's what he does. He gets open. There's only guy with chemistry with Purdy. We need this because anything else is too much of a variable. It's like the Giants, like not having, if everything breaks right, we're going to be great. Like hit 100, win 170 games like the Giants. But most of the time it's not. So
if everything breaks right for the Giants, they're going to win 78 games.
Yeah, exactly. We finally got a sixth-place hitter in Soler. Great job. He might hit 28. And
Are you kidding me? That's my favorite guy on the whole team.
I like him. But he's a fifth-place hitter. We don't got a third or a fourth. And who else is there? Like
Lamont Wade is batting third. He's your star hitter.
I can't. I don't want to go into. But I think we got it.
Let's not go into it. We'll lose the rest of the chat.
But I would love. Okay. The best case scenario if Kyle hired an OC, but that's not going to happen. That's his baby. But I think it does do. If we get a Belichick, I love the way you're thinking. We got to go big. We're the 49ers. It's like Joe Lacob it's showing like, you know what, still Joe Lacob, he's got to go down like Eddie DeBartolo sooner or later, because he brought in Kevin Durant. He fired Steve Jackson when the Warriors, they're in the playoffs, looking good. You got to go big, and that's where, you know, we are kind of, the 49ers are NFC Championship game elite. We got to get to the next level. We got to have another, you know, whoever the defensive coordinator is gonna be, they're gonna have to win over Bosa and Warner, because it just seems like that relationship with Steve Wilks. I like Steve Wilks. He seemed like a cool guy to me, but he felt like a middle manager because Kyle didn't quite trust him and the players didn't quite trust him, and it's just like it wasn't a good deal. So, do you know what I mean? So the poor guy was doomed to failure. So whoever this guy's going to be.
There were reports. Now, I don't know if they're true because I never saw this, but there were reports that there were a number of 49er players that got frustrated with Wilks at different times. I never saw that. I'm just reporting what I've been told or what I've read. I'm just kind of repeating it. But I'll say this. I like Steve Wilks. I thought Steve Wilks was thoroughly competent. I liked that his defense came out just on fire in the Super Bowl. But it wasn't he's not here not because of the Super Bowl.
Right.
He's not here because the coverage, which he called, did not match the rush plan that he also called. So when your rush plan doesn't match, and is not wed to your coverage, and you speed up a quarterback and then you play soft coverage behind it, we saw it in the Cincinnati game. We saw it in the Minnesota game. We saw it in the playoffs a couple times, a handful of times in all three games. There were times where the coverage on the back end did not match the rush plan up front. And that you can't have. You can't have it once. And it probably happened 15 to 20 times this year. To me, if you say, what is the reason that he was fired? That's the reason.
Larry, when it came down to it, Steve Wilks played soft. Kyle made stupid decisions, but in the NFL, it's better to be stupid than be soft. And that's why Steve Wilks is gone. And he didn't quite, just something did. I didn't say they didn't like him, but it felt like Bosa and Warner, the main top guys, there was just something not going. It's probably exactly what you said. And Warner was worn out. And as soon as Drake Greenlaw was gone, we had nobody else. All right. I would love to see our Winters or Graham play a little bit, but we never play them.
That was a mistake as well. They did not bring those linebackers along.
And they were tired.
Too much.
Our guys were tired. It didn't make. I hate making Wilks the fall guy, because he had the it was his choice to take the job. But when you have a family, do you really have a choice? You're gonna be the defensive coordinator of the 49ers. Is that really a choice? You're gonna go. You know, you think they're gonna have your back? They didn't. So there's a fun. Mentally, I think this is a good move, but in my heart, it's just like, something's not right. You know, it just feels weird. So I think you're right. Hey, Belichick, Pete Carroll, I would give me a big shot. I love the Ulbrich idea. I don't think it's out of the question, because why is his name out there? Why? Give that assistant coach. I would do that. But I gotta say again, Ayuk, what more do you want? We can't wait around. We already had the Bosa fiasco. Maybe if Bosa's there in training camp, a lot of top people, they have to guard their ego. They want to blame someone else for them not doing well. Maybe everyone just need to blame Wilks. Okay, I'm not. He didn't make the right calls.
Some people feel that Wilks was scapegoated. I personally just
I don't think so.
I said it a month before the season ended. I said if they don't win, Steve's not coming back.
Someone's head had to roll.
Yeah, I mean, was he a scapegoat? I don't know. I would say his issue was the head coach lost confidence. And if the head coach loses confidence, you're on borrowed time. Gary, we got to jump, but
I got to say one more thing. Yeah.
Once again,
yeah, thank you.
The black eye is really, it wasn't Gary Lamm fighting one of the birds. It wasn't Gary Lamm getting drunk and fighting somebody over the Super Bowl.
No.
It was allergies.
Allergies. Right, okay. I gotta say you're right, Larry. We got to get a guy. So Kyle Shanahan doesn't have to think about this. He just has too much on his plate, and he's just like, sometimes he's a genius with no common sense, and she's taking on too much. So That's it. Bang bang 90 gang. We got a good team.
Gary, I got one more question. One more
Bring
question.
Bring it on, Gary. Bring on Larry.
Larry.
Yeah, let me tell you, Gary and Larry back in the day.
Sean Turner, bro, you have stickers on your hat. Why do you have stickers on your hat, Gary?
So back in the old days, when I was Kevin's age, we used to do that. So that was just, I don't know.
Have you seen the Key and Peele comedy skit where they leave the hat in the clear bag and wear it on top of their head? It's a brand new hat. It doesn't just have the receipt and the stickers. It has all of it, and it's inside of a clear bag, and he's wearing it. It's awesome.
That's a great, You got
to check it out.
I don't have the guts for that, but I'm nostalgic, Gary. All right, hey, I love
Larry,
you guys.
It's Larry. Hey,
Kevin, you know what?
You're
Kevin,
Gary. I'm Larry.
It doesn't matter what your name is. No.
Gary,
hey, I love you guys, man. Until next time, man. Keep it up.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Gary Lamm, everybody.